Hello and welcome to the Armory. So today we are going to start off our maintenance series, and we're going to start it off with the rifle that we shoot the most, and that is our Steyr Aug. Now, whether you have an Aug or you plan on getting an Aug, knowing how to properly maintenance is very key. And you might not even have an Aug or plan on getting one, but if you do, our video is going to be there for you if you need to reference it. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to make sure it is unloaded. I mean, you see there's no magazine inserted, but is there a round in there? We don't know. So we want to make sure there's no round in there before we start doing anything, before we pull the trigger, anything. But first, if you like firearms related content or you're just new to our channel, hit that like and subscribe button below so that you can be notified when we have new content available. So let's go ahead and get this ready for us to start cleaning it. So we're going to take it. Our charging handle's here. We're going to take it, rack it back, put our finger in. There's nothing in there. Nothing came out. So we are good. So what we're going to do is we are going to take our charging handle here. Now you can do it one of two ways. You can either do this here, lift it, and put it in its resting place so that it leaves the chamber open, or you can let it go all the way home. It doesn't matter. And for us to clean this today, we're not going to show you necessarily the cleaning aspect, but we will show you the lubrication points on this and the disassembly of this and the reassembly of this. So, but since we are going to be cleaning it ourselves, so we are going to be wiping it down, getting all the carbon out, cleaning out the carbon in the barrel, cleaning the carbon out of the gas assembly. We are going to be using our Hops number 9 universal cleaning kit for this, along with our little toothbrush. And we do sell these on our website, so if you need a cleaning kit, because I know I actually had to buy this one because the cleaning kit I've been using for the last 10 years is worn out and it's missing pieces. So I went ahead and got me a new one from our site, and that will be listed below. So let's get this over here and see what we got going on. All right, so as you've seen, I'll do it again so you can see it on here. We're going to make sure there's nothing in. Nothing's in the chamber. For me, I like to let the bolt go home. I don't like leaving it open, and that's just on me. So what we're going to do is we are going to come up here to the barrel. And what's nice about this is on the Steyr Aug, the barrel is easily removed, and you need to remove it to disassemble the rifle. So the first thing we're going to do is we are going to come here, rotate over, pull back the bolt. That's why I said you could either leave the bolt open, just have to put it on this piece right here to leave it open, which I don't like doing because I have that fear of it accidentally slamming forward with my hand right there. Or you can just hold it open like this. You got the button here on the side. You're going to push it. You're going to rotate the barrel, and the barrel just pulls out. Quite simple, and then you don't have to worry about that. So then that allows you to be able to clean your barrel, of which I always, especially right here at these lugs, I always clean these lugs, but I also clean everything else. But that's going to lead us to our gas port here. Now, we're going to hold off on disassembling this gas port because there's you'll see the reason why here in a minute. So we're going to set that to the side. We're going to grab the main body of the Steyr, and to remove the receiver assembly, it's actually quite simple. You want to push this rectangular button here, and because it's under spring tension right now, I put my hand here. I push it down until it comes all the way through, and it pops out. That allows the bolt carrier group to come out with the receiver. So now the only thing we have in our receiver here is the trigger pack that's back here. So let's continue on with our disassembly of our receiver. So we're going to pull out our receiver. We got these two guide rods here. Now this guide rod here is the guide rod on the gas port. So this hole here, this piece here, when, there we go, now we got a good view of it. So when you shoot your round, the gas pushes this onto this rod here, which then pushes the bolt back. So I know it doesn't show, it didn't look too good in that video, but that was the only way I was really explaining it. As you can see, we definitely need to do some cleaning, which is the whole purpose of this video. So now our receiver here is ready for cleaning. So we're going to set that to the side so we can clean it. But our bolt is not. And we are going to hold off on that disassembly because I want to get to that gas port before I forget. So what we're going to do here is we're going to take our stock here. On the back here, we have this push button here. And what that push button does is it, and I'll show you here in a second, we're going to push that in. We're going to take this sling swivel, and this pin comes out. And you can see all these recesses in the pin. We're going to talk about that. So when this is in, the stock pretty much rides, well, that's stock, but your trigger pack here, your pin comes in here, you got your stock, and everything rides here. So this pin holds on your butt plate here, and it's held in to your, which the trigger pack really holds everything together, and then the stock obviously keeps everything from coming out. So that's what keeps this pin here keeps everything together for you to be able to shoot with. So we're going to disassemble this pin. We're going to take the pin out and talk about some things. Right here, this is that push button. So when you're pushing this recessed piece here in the stock, where my finger is, this is the button you're actually pushing. And if we can take a look here, when you push it in, it opens everything up. When you let go, it closes up and allows this recess here in the middle to hold everything. So that's what keeps the pin from coming out on you. So that's why you can hang your sling from this and have no issues. So now our stock is ready for cleaning. We don't have to do anything more here. So we're going to come back over here to our gas port. Now, on our gas port here, you push down and you rotate it to come out. You'll align this portion of your gas plug to that hole to be able to pull it out. Now, this is why I was holding off on this until we got the stock disassembled. Sometimes this can be a little on the stiff side. So what they do is they actually gave you a tool. Well, let's get it back together so I can show you. There we go. It was at a weird angle for me. So now you can take your pen, push down, start rotating, and then you can finish rotating all the way and pull it out, which now allows, and this is why you clean it. Give me a second here. Carbon buildup has got our gas plug a little tight. Alrighty. Yeah. So you got these rings here. These are your sealing rings. And this is what I was talking about. Like, so when you shoot, pushes this in to push the bolt back, bolt carrier, and then it comes back. So no springs. Actually, there is a spring. So your spring is in here as well, which obviously need cleaned. So that's what brings your piston back. So the next thing we're going to do is we are going to disassemble the bolt. So stay right there. I'm going to see about getting this a little closer so you can actually see the bolt get disassembled. Alright, so as I said, I got this closer for you. So what we're going to start here is the anti-rotation device here. We're going to pinch it, rotate this up. That way we can take our firing pin and rotate it like so. What this does is it pulls out your firing pin. So now we can remove the bolt. So our next part on the bolt is this button here. We're going to push it down and it just comes out like such. We can remove the bolt from that, and we can pretty much remove all of this as much as we can. I would just leave that on, to be honest, so that we don't lose anything. So at that point, the rifle is fully disassembled and it's ready for cleaning. So we're going to go ahead and clean this, and when we get it done cleaning, we will show you where the lubrication points are and get it back together. Alright, so we got it cleaned. So our next thing to do is to lubricate it and put it back together. I'm using Hops 9 lubricating gun oil. You can use whatever gun oil you want, but it'll make it easier if you have one where you have like the little needle, which gives you little drips, little drops to do this. Otherwise, I do mine a little more of a crude method. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start assembling this where we don't need our lubrication, and then I'll show you where we're going to put lubrication. So we're going to move this tool I just have just for my own help. A couple years ago I broke my hand, so my hands still are not back to 100%. I work with them every day and they're getting there. So what we're going to do, we're going to put our cocking piece back in. So I forgot to show you us taking this out. Once you have the firing pin out, this up, the cocking piece here just comes right out, just slides out. So we're just going to go ahead and set that back in. You can see the two recessed grooves in here where it rides, which then is going to lead us to our lubrication point. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my gun oil here. I'm going to take our bolt. I'm going to actually put 2 drops as best I can right here where it locks up, and then I like to give it a little bit of for me personally, I like to give it a little bit just for my own. But then we are going to, that was my bad, that's the extractor, not the locking point. The locking point is actually, so here's this pin that we had to push down right here. The locking point is actually right here, so we are going to put some oil right there. And I'm just going to take my fingers, wipe it in a little bit, get it in there, wipe a little bit of the excess off just because I don't have a dropper to do this. I'm then going to put this on, and you see this isn't popping back up, and that's okay. So I'm going to wipe a little bit of oil on here just because that's how I am. I like my firearms well lubricated, not to the point where they're going to fail though. We're going to set this in here. So the whole spring assembly and everything, and you can't mess this up. There's absolutely no way to mess it up. As you see here, it's only one way it goes. So we're going to go ahead, slide it on in. It's a lot easier when you're not trying to make a video. And then we're going to just hold that in. You want to hold it so that where that button is, it's where it'll pop up, because here's what's going to happen. Make sure our caulking piece is in properly, all the way flush. We are going to take our firing pin, stick it in, and now you see when we put that firing pin in, it pushed the button up, which now I can let it go. And now we heard that click, we're ready to rotate it. Then we just take our anti-rotation clip and push it down. Now our bolt is ready to insert. So what we're going to do, we're going to take our stock, we're going to take our firing, our trigger mechanism, we're going to put that in. Take our stock or our butt plate, put it into the stock. We are now going to insert the pin, push, and insert. Now, if you notice, it didn't go all the way in. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to finish pushing it, and it locks it in place. So now, it's not coming off. Now you can do this one of two ways. My way is I'm going to take our bolt carrier group here. I'm going to grab my oil. I'm going to put some oil on my finger. Let's get more oil on the finger than on the rag, please. And I'm just going to rub the oil on the shiny part of the shafts, on the rods. That way they are lubricated. You don't need too much, you just need enough. I need a little more on my finger. I mean, you don't want it dripping in oil. But you just want it lubricated. Because next, you're going to take your receiver, you're going to put it in your receiver. So, sorry about that bump. The rabbit's going a little crazy. Hey, War Rabbit, what are you doing? Yes, I feel you. Alright, so now we got that on. We're going to take our stock, just put the receiver in the stock. Make sure while you were cleaning, your pin didn't push in. Get a little bit of oil that I put on it off. So you're going to take your receiver, push it all the way in, come over here to where your button is, push it in. Now your receiver's not popping out. Quite simple. Let's set this to the side. Next, we have our barrel and our gas system to deal with. So first we're going to take our spring. We're going to put our spring into the tube. We are going to take, I'm going to move this over here a little bit so we can see. I'm going to take our piston here, take some oil on my finger, and right here at the rings, just going to lubricate it. Make sure our rings are lubricated. And then I'm going to put that inside the tube. Wipe that off. Next, you want to put your oil on this smooth part of the shaft. So, put the oil there, just quite easily. Just wipe it, take any excess, get it off. And now, To go back in, you set it in. You gotta make sure you're going the right direction though. So right there, what I did is I was rotating it. You see this, sorry, this part right here where it's got an opening, right here, if you can see it, is that notch. So, quite simple. You line that opening up with the notch, push it in, push down, so that now, so let's do that again. Push in, push down, and now you can rotate this into position, and now it's locked in. And now, but these do have different gas positions, so you got to make sure you know what your gas position was. Because if I push this down again, I can go to my next gas position. So I kept mine at this, and it works perfect for my needs. And I'm just going to wipe off any excess oil and finish this up. So we're going to take our take our gun. We're going to put our barrel in, and this is the easy part. So if you remember when we took it apart, we had to hold this back. We had to hold our charging handle back. To go back on, you have this section here, and you have this notch here in the barrel. So let's get this section here, this notch. You make sure those are lined up, because if it's not, you're not going on. So we rotate it on. All you literally do is push, rotate. Now you're on. And that's really all there is to this. Well, we got our Steyr Aug all cleaned up and ready to go. So next time we go to the range, she's clean, ready, and should work just perfectly. Actually, we really haven't had failures with the Steyr Aug, so I'm very happy with that. This has actually become one of my go-to firearms. It's very compact, very well balanced. So I'm glad I was able to get it clean today. I'm glad I was able to show you how to disassemble and maintenance this firearm. And if you do want one, we do carry these on our website. So give us a visit there at thearmoryhub.com. Also, if there's any other items you may be looking for, check us out. I try to keep our items competitively priced. So sometimes we're not the cheapest, but sometimes we are. So it just depends on what you're looking for. So we really want to know what you want to see in some of our future videos. We are definitely going to be doing some more maintenance series. As I said, this was our first, so growing pains, we got those. So we hope to see you on our next one, and we hope to see you again on the Armory.